Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. If it's Tuesday when you're listening to this, I'm Natalie Baugh, and you're listening to It's All Light. Today's special guest is Olivia Christensen.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
So I think I met Olivia maybe 2 years ago. Is that when you moved into Vineyard?
I think we met before that
Yeah?
when I worked at Ulta.
Oh my gosh,
Annie
that's
told me to
right. Oh my
get her
gosh.
brows done.
How did I forget about that? Yes, you totally did my eyebrows. I need to come visit you again. They're a mess right now. But yes, my friend Annie recommended me to Olivia to get my eyebrows done. And that was back in Orem, like years ago. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that.
that was probably like 3 years ago, and then I got to know you way better like when I moved to Vineyard, and then
Yeah,
we were in the same ward.
yeah, we're neighbors, which is so fun. So before I jump into a little bit about yourself, tell us just a few fun things about you.
Um, I go to Pilates a lot. I'm
Mm,
from Utah. I grew up in Utah. All my family's in Utah. Um, I'm obsessed with ice cream. I will go get ice cream
mm.
any time, any day.
Where at and what flavors?
Oh, I go to um if I buy it from the store, then I'll get usually like more of the higher end ice cream. It's got to be like Ben and Jerry or Tillamook or
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going, I like to go to Brickers. Have you been there?
Yeah, it's good.
Where they dress all funny.
Mm-hmm. It's really cute.
But I honestly like my mood changes all the time, like for what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I'm in a
Yours-
frozen yogurt kick right now.
Oh,
But
frozen
but
yogurt,
yeah.
so good.
And the mini ice cream cones from Trader Joe's. I live off of those. Have you had them? Okay, well, I'm going to go buy some because I ran out and I'll give you some.
Okay.
So you're a foodie and you like to try new things.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
What
Um,
what kinds of foods are your favorite?
I have been liking Thai food a lot.
Mm, yeah.
Like the curry and more of the authentic foods, like Indian food, Thai food, some Chinese food. I love sushi, like trying new sushi places. There's so many over here.
Yeah, there really are. Yeah, sushi's fun to go and find the best. And every roll is different. Like some rolls are way good at other places and not good at certain
Oh,
places.
totally.
Huh.
Yeah, you gotta go to all the good places and look up like the reviews and stuff. So
So, is there any food you don't like?
honestly, I don't I don't really like McDonald's or like any uh
Like,
fast food place that's like really popular. I can like taste the difference, I guess, but I will eat anything. Like I'm not picky at all.
that's good. Yeah, I feel like when you're not picky, you really do just appreciate other foods, especially like other cultures of food too, just because I don't know, you can mature your taste buds. That's something I've been learning. I used to
I'm
hate
sure
cheese, yeah, but now I'm
I'm
starting to
sure
eat it.
there's like I'm sure there's plenty of other like things that I have not eaten like in other countries, but I have yet to find something that like I actually like hate, you know?
That's impressive. That is impressive. So you also said you can quote and you know so many movies. What's
Yes.
like your top three movies to quote?
Uh, oh, top three movies to quote, I would say She's the Man
Oh yeah.
is like a day-to-day one.
It's classic.
I quote Napoleon Dynamite a lot, and I feel like I quote this isn't a movie, but like The Vampire Diaries or One Tree Hill or just like TV
Classic
shows
series. Yeah. Oh yeah.
that I just know so good have started to be in my like vocabulary.
That's awesome. It is funny how like when you watch a certain show, you start to like subconsciously act like some of the people in the show. Do you ever find yourself doing that?
Oh, totally. Like
it,
all the
it
time.
or you just start finding similarities. Like
oh
Yeah.
wow, I just reminded myself of this person.
Oh, totally. I remember I was like making a comment in class, and this was when I was watching Friends. And I was like, oh, yeah, my friends, Monica and Rachel, like I was sharing an example from the show. And I was like, okay, it's gone too far. I need to like go get real friends. But yeah,
When
no,
you
I
start
love that.
thinking about it and stuff, you're like, hey,
Oh, I think it's so fun. It's a hobby for sure.
yeah.
So now we get to dive. Oh, actually, there's one more question. Just like my random question of the day. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why?
Probably Scotland. I think that would be really, really cool. Just it's beautiful there. I've seen pictures and the culture seems awesome.
Would you be in one of like the cottages on the hill with all the sheep
Yes, that's exactly where I would be.
on the cliffs?
It's just the
Wow.
fields, the green fields.
That does sound so dreamy. I've never been to the UK, but it's definitely on the list.
Neither. That would be on
Maybe
my
we
list.
can plan a trip. I'll look out for cheap flights.
Yes, me too. Cheap flights from home.
For real. Okay. Well, any other fun little things you think our listeners should know before we dive in?
Mm, not really, other than I'm a master esthetician. I went to aesthetic school.
Oh yeah. And we'll talk about some of that too.
I met Natalie too, I guess.
Yeah, doing my eyebrows.
Your
That's right.
brows.
So what esthetician school did you go to?
I went to Acadia
Nice.
Spa and School of Aesthetics. It's in Provo,
Right
Utah.
on. And how long ago did you do that?
2018 to 2019. So I went right out of high school.
That's awesome. And you grew up in Elkridge, Utah? That's like
Yep.
on the other side of the lake. Am I wrong?
So
Wait, I might be wrong.
it's south of here. So by Payson and Spanish Fork, kind of.
Nice. Such a beautiful area. I like that it
It's so,
becomes more like farm country down there.
it's
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Getting busier.
So, what are your passions? What do you light up about, Olivia?
I just started a nail business and it's been so much fun. And that's probably like what's been taking over my mind recently. Like, just try to, I don't know, I get talking about it and it's just so much fun. I'm thinking about every day how I can make it better. Um, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I love
probably,
that. Show us your nails for those watching on YouTube, or Spotify shows the video too. What color are your nails right now?
they are pink chrome. If you can see that.
Oh, cute. I
Yeah.
love that. Do you do luminary?
Yep, that's all I do right now
Okay.
is luminary. I don't do acrylic. Um, I started doing them 7 months ago. Before that, I just did eyebrow waxing. I worked at a brow bar at Ulta, and then I took some clients from Ulta, started working from home, doing eyebrows, but there's more of like a higher demand with nails, I would say.
Hmm.
And I kind of wanted something new to work
Yeah,
towards and work on. So
for
I
sure.
kind of did that.
Sorry, are you still going to do brows too?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
So
good.
I still do eyebrows. It's more for like the people that I have been doing and like they text me whenever they need them done and
That's awesome.
that's kind of it for it. Like I don't reschedule them,
Yeah.
but they just kind of text me whenever.
So, in esthetician school, you learn how to do everything from nails to skincare, brows, hair. What else am I missing? Like, what else do you
So
learn?
we learn we don't really do hair. That's more cosmetology,
Oh,
but
right.
the main things we focus on, I would say skincare. There's the basic aesthetics and then there's master aesthetics.
Mm.
And in the basic is more like you learn gel nails, spray tans, basic facials, skincare, and then there's the master aesthetics, which goes more into laser hair removal, microneedling, microdermabrasion, like different more intense chemical peels, and then full body waxing.
Wow.
So it's kind of split into the two. You can just get your basic aesthetics license or your master's.
Wow. And you did the masters?
Mhm. Yep.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's like a 1200-hour program.
Wow. That's a ton.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So,
But worth it.
do you work in not a salon, a spa right now too?
No, so I don't work at a spa. I have a part-time job at Glymed, a skincare
Oh,
company,
yeah.
but more just for a like constant income. Like while I build my clients and my business, and so it's more like reliable so that I can pay the bills. But at the skincare, I don't really do anything other than I work in the fill room, so filling products and
Nice.
labeling them and just have some basic product knowledge.
Yeah.
So that,
So, with your esthetician skills and this company you work for, what are like some basic tips that have helped you or opened your mind about like skincare in general and how to take good care of your skin?
so before I had gone to school, I never washed my face. I never like took care of my skin, but I also like felt like I didn't have to, kind of took pride in it. But going to school and learning all about it and more, it's more preventative, like a lot of the skincare that you
Mm.
use.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I would say the main thing that I took from school and they just kept pressing on is wear sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just wear sunscreen. And usually everybody's minds just go to like that, stuff you buy from any drugstore. You just
Mm-hmm. Banana boat.
like the residue, like, but there is so many different way better sunscreens for your face that you can put on. And I wear like a tinted SPF every single day. It's like super light on my skin. I use it yeah, I use it every single day kind of like as a foundation. Like
Nice.
I don't wear foundation, just sunscreen and then just kind of the basics like cleanse, moisturize, sunscreen.
Cleanse, moisturize, sunscreen. Do you do any like serums?
Yes, so that's more like getting complicated too. Like it's um but usually you cleanse and then you exfoliate and treat your skin. So treat like do masks or different like skincare treatments or stuff to like help brighten or tighten your face and then protect, which is like moisturizing and helping
More
like
cream based.
yes.
So when would you put a serum or an oil based? Is that after you exfoliate? Before the
Right, yeah,
moisturizer?
right after you exfoliate, you
Okay.
would
I love that. I love
like
that.
it light to thick. So like if your
Light to
serums
thick.
are really light and liquidy, put that on first so your skin can absorb it,
Okay.
and then you can move on to like a moisturizer, like a thicker cream or water based or whatever it is, and then sunscreen if it's
Nice.
start of the day.
Does it matter what SPF of sunscreen?
No, there's definitely better brands out there. I've tried a lot of them, and Glymed actually doesn't have a tinted sunscreen,
Okay.
but I use like Image sunscreen I really like, Elta MD I really like, and Jan Marini is what I've been using more recently. It's
Is
like a
that the
50.
tinted one?
What?
That's the tinted one?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's 50 SPF.
Hmm.
Wow, that's awesome. My sister
Yeah.
tries to drill in my head too. Wear sunscreen, wear sunscreen.
You
And
you will wake up one day thanking yourself.
I know I'm going to be so wrinkly, especially cuz yeah, I just love being outside, but yeah, I've been on a skincare journey, so thank you for sharing these tips. I
Yes,
love it.
take it to heart. You'll
So,
thank yourself.
Yeah, honestly. And it's hard to do things that have a long-term benefit, you know? What helps you, like you said, you started doing things when you saw what would happen if you didn't. What else helped you realize that you should be doing things now, even though you don't see immediate results?
Um, I honestly think that for one, the pictures of like what could happen, I think that was a big one
Mm-hmm.
for me, and just seeing like what the sun does to your skin over time, especially if you don't protect your skin. Um, it can cause like all sorts of issues, and just it scarred me, you know. They just like showing us all the pictures of what could happen, and then number two, um, I threw myself into it, right? And they gave us tons of products that and different brands that we could try, and I kind of got into it that way, you know, like when you're
Mm-hmm.
excited about a new hobby, you just kind of get everything, try everything out, and um, when I washed my face at night, I just kind of felt more clean, you know, like it's like the good hygiene. It plays part in good hygiene, like after you feel when you brush your teeth, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you know, got to do my skincare routine, and so I can like sleep better. I can, you know, and then when I wake up and put the tinted sunscreen, I just feel like it evens out my skin tone. And so it's kind of more fun for me, kind of like doing makeup would be for some
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah.
Some people hate putting makeup on, but I kind of find joy in that too. It's the
Yeah.
worst taking it off, but you feel good when you take it off too. So that's
Yeah,
kind of.
just cleaning it off.
Mhm.
I makeup is one of those things that I need you to teach me. The most I ever really do is like mascara, and it's the one that comes off just with water.
Well, your skin is glowing right now. I don't know.
I mean, I also have studio lights on me, so don't judge too
No,
deeply.
it looks really good. You don't
Thank you.
even need
Thank you.
just tinted sunscreen,
I know.
protect and
Got to get my
protect,
sunscreen on.
and then
Yes.
that's all you need, really. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't put foundation or concealer on, or I usually do sunscreen and then concealer, but you don't even need concealer.
Oh
You
well,
just
a lot's hiding. My hair hides a lot too.
no.
um, I also hear like put it on your neck too. Like as we're talking about sunscreen, my sister's like showed me pictures and it's like people who wear sunscreen but not on their neck and it's like a wrinkly neck and a great face. So I'm like, okay, for those listening, make sure you put sunscreen on your neck too.
Your
And that's
neck
a
is
reminder to
often
myself.
forgotten. You don't think of it because it's like, oh, well, my face is shadowing it, right? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's kind of lost and forgotten.
Well, yeah, and even laying out at the pool, sometimes I'm like, think I'm putting on enough sunscreen and I'm not. And it's like, oh boy, I would rather. Oh, I'm curious your thoughts on this. I would rather like get a spray tan instead of tan because any type of sun damage is damage. Like
Yeah.
even getting tan is damage to your skin. But then my friend was like, what about all the chemicals in a spray tan seeping into your skin? I want to hear your thoughts.
I would prefer getting spray tan over tanning beds any day. Um,
What about like outside tanning, like at the pool?
outside tanning, I still do that. Like I like the warmth of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's more of a natural way versus if you were to go to a tanning bed and it what I tell my friends and anyone who like goes, I'm like, you know, that's cooking you like a microwave from the inside out, you know,
Yeah,
just all the rays are so bad for you and like
totally.
freak out your cells, you know. So I would prefer putting a spray tan and chemicals
On
like
top, that
a
fade.
spray tan on top of the skin that seeps in versus like a tanning bed.
Microwaving your body.
Microwave your
Okay,
body.
good to know. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry for all my esthetician comments. If there's
please.
any other tips or things that come to your mind along the way, and maybe we'll end with talking about your favorite products from, is it Glycin? Is that what it's called?
Glymed.
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 Okay, maybe we'll talk about that at the end. But I want to hear a little bit more just about your life and your passion toward like building your business and just life lessons you've learned the past few years.
Um, okay, well, before this, I was on the phone with my mom, and she was asking me what this podcast was about, and I'm like, oh, it's like something that lights me up, like
Uh-huh.
lights me up. And she's like, well, what lights you up? And I'm like, well, I guess you'll just have to like listen to the podcast. And she's like, well, I already know. She's like, you want to meet people, you love people and making connections. And I was like, that's like exactly what I was gonna say. Like, that's really the reason that I love like aesthetics, because it gives me the opportunity to do so and
Mm-hmm.
to have more connections with people, because I'm like carving out time out of my work schedule to like talk with a friend and hang out with friends, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot more about the connection than the money with me, but like I am trying to make a living still, but
Totally.
it's definitely just makes it easier and more motivating to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and my aunt kind of inspired me with going into aesthetics versus cosmetology, just mainly because of like it's hard on your body, right? Like you're moving, you're hunched, you're whatever.
Totally.
People that do hair stand there for hours, and
Yeah.
it's hard on your body. So she kind of geared me towards aesthetics, and I loved going to talk to her. Like I probably wouldn't know my aunt as well as I did
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't go get my hair done. So I kind of, I don't know. It's just so fun for me to, and I'm still making new friends just from them, like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do nails. Like, you should come get your nails done. So they'll
Mm-hmm.
come. I have like an hour and a half to like just talk to them, get to know them. They're kind of stuck with me. And I love like the one on one connection. So,
Oh, that's fun. I do love like now that there's more girls doing nails, like I just like Googled nails near me, like Luminary, and like found some random girl down the road and like just chatted it up. It was so fun. As
mhm.
you were talking too, though, I was thinking of Legally Blonde, where she goes and gets her nails done with that cute actress. And I'm
Yes.
like, it's so true. They're like, you're like a therapist and a nail artist and an
Yep.
artist. Like the things you guys do with nails and nail art is so intricate and beautiful. Like,
It makes every day different. So much
yeah,
fun.
you're basically making a painting. Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
keep going.
exactly. Like 10 little canvases.
I love it. And I think it helps boost people's confidence. Like, whenever I get my nails done, I feel so confident.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like the best feeling when you walk out, you're like, I feel like a new woman.
Getting my hair done, nails. Yeah, I should look into facials. That's something I want to ask you about later. But that is so cool that you are building this business. Do you have a name for it? Or like, are you on Google if people wanted to find
Yeah,
you or on your Instagram?
I'm on Instagram, Nailed It by Liv.
Oh, cute.
That's what I titled it. Um, I'm on Instagram, and then I don't know if you can even tag my number, but that
Yeah.
people either DM or
Yeah, I
um,
can put it in the show notes.
it's mostly been through like friend of friends so far
Cool.
too, which like I love, because if I love the people coming to me and they love coming, it's
Yeah.
like easier to tell their friends like, oh yeah, you should go get your nails done.
Totally, totally. It is so fun to build those connections. In the forum, you mentioned that like you want to have a family and be a mom and like you can work from home. And this is totally one of those skills that you can like continue to support your family with and like make those connections with doing your aesthetics. I think it's a cool thing because I think most girls who want to be a mom kind of, at least some of them, have a desire to like continue to work or do something, and be creative. And okay, we lost that for a second. Now we're back. Okay, we're just gonna, I don't know what I was saying last, but we're just gonna ask Olivia the next question of what inspires you to continue to connect and grow this business and just in your life? What helps you connect?
Um, the connecting part comes easier to me like when I have that one on one. time like carved out um for my clients, you know, it kind of like gives them the chance to kind of be heard and for me to like I we all have good days, bad days, you know, but like whenever they're there, they're just kind of like there for not just to get their nails done, but to like, you know, just do something for themselves and to talk to a friend and just to talk through things and, you know, it's just like to ease the day a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that is just inspirational enough. Like I love what it does for people. I love what it does for me and how it's helped me because I was getting my nails done long before I started doing them. Like I never thought I wanted to do them, but
Mm-hmm.
um, that's like the only way I got to see my friend. She's married now. Like we all know how hard it is to kind of keep connections with like a lot of people, especially if they were a big part of your life at one point. Um, when they get married, it's just harder. So I
Yeah.
would go get my nails done from her, and people ask me now, like, "Oh, do you do your own nails?" And I'm like, "Well, no. Like, I go to see my friend and like talk to her,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been doing them for so long." So I think it's a lot more than just like the money and like
Yeah.
going to get your nails done, you know?
Yeah. I love to hear that that's like your main intention. Like anything we do in our lives goes back to the intention of why we're doing it. And I think the underlying obvious is like, yeah, we all need money. We all need to support ourselves and make a living. But there's so much more that goes into like your job is so much of your life, so much of your time. Like there's all those charts and studies that show how many hours you spend with your coworkers versus your family. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So it's like so much more fun when like your coworkers and in your case your clients, like you can build those connections and have people come back and you can continue to build friendships and like your friendship with your friend. I love that example. So what made you switch over to doing nails? You said you thought you would never get into that.
Yeah, so I think that I was doing nails, or sorry, I was doing eyebrows for a long time,
Right.
and I kind of got to the point where I wasn't getting a lot of like new people in. They would kind of message me here and there whenever they wanted to get in to get their brows done.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody I talked to, like that complimented my nails, they're like, "Oh, who do you go to?" And I'm like, "Oh, my friend, but she's not taking in new clients." And everybody that I knew got their nails done. They're like, "Oh, well, I go to this person, but they're not taking new clients." So it's a more high demand for
Yeah.
sure than eyebrows, and people are more quick to reschedule, which is how you get clients, like by them rescheduling and them getting on the books.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So I kind of woke up one day and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to try to do nails
Cool.
because I didn't get a lot of training. It had been 3.5 years since I had been in school too. Um, and my friend who does them, she's a nail technician. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like,
Mm.
I kind of just put a big investment in it and went all out, got a nail desk, every single thing I could possibly need to start it. And then I just kind of went for it and just started practicing and um, super undercharging at first and like just to get people in, mostly to do people I knew wouldn't hate me if I messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
because it does take practice.
yeah, like my more like family. I have a lot of cousins that I do. My mom, just, you know, friend of friends. And then they slowly started telling their friends
Yeah.
as I got a little better. And then, yeah, here we are.
That's awesome. I love in the form you mentioned, like, why should others know about this? And if you want to share, you can. But I just love that you had your plan. Like you talked about, you have a plan, you follow through with it, you keep your motivation. Tell us more about that.
Um,
You made it,
having like, Um, can you rephrase it a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit?
You were talking about how you just like woke up one day and then you just started doing the things you needed to get this nail business set up. So,
Mhm.
like, did you write a like did you have a plan or like what helped you make your goal a
This is
reality?
good. So I this is kind of crazy, like how it all came about. Cause before I started doing nails, I was kind of thinking that I wanted to do something new. I didn't know what, but it had been like a year before that, just thinking and not doing anything and just kind of like wishing. I found myself like wishing a lot and being jealous of like examples of what I wanted to be. And I started doing 75 hard. If
Oh
you guys
yeah.
don't know what that is, it's like a workout challenge. It pretty much takes up all your time and your social life. And you do two 45-minute workouts, a gallon
Get
of water.
outside.
Yes, and read 10 pages of a self-help book.
Cool.
And I am not a big reader at all. And I don't think I had ever even like read a self-help book like on purpose. And so my friend got me to start this challenge with her, and it's 75 days. Um and we did it together, and I started it with her mostly because I had FOMO. Like I didn't well, I'm like, well, what am I gonna do while you're out there getting all fit and working out every day? Like I'm not. So I decided to do it with her, and we stuck with it, and we finished it. And that whole within that whole time that I was working out, like just too busy to have a social life, honestly, I was like, well, what am I going to do after this? I'm going to have so much time, you know?
mm.
And so I had that kind of thinking as long as well as reading the book You Are a Badass, if you've heard of it. And
Yeah.
it's like very motivational, very, it helped me a lot pretty much. So it kind of
Ooh.
changed my life and got me to like a different way of thinking of like the stuff that I can accomplish and like what I could do. Um, and yeah, it kind of just changed my perspective. So as soon as I finished 75 hard, I started making changes of like actually getting it done. I talked to my friend to like help me feel a little bit more comfortable going into like actually starting to do nails, like which is getting all the products I needed. She did a one-on-one with me, kind of got me like a little more comfortable,
Like starting
and
making your plan, right? Like how you need to do this.
started taking, yeah, just started making my plan. So that's kind of what happened. I just put all that energy into my business,
That's
essentially.
awesome. That is so cool. I remember looking into 75 Hard too, and I'm just so impressed with everyone who did it. It's cool to hear your experience too. I
It's
also,
crazy.
yeah, I also want to hear more about this book. Tell us more about how it changed your life. Like in the aspect you said it just helped motivate you, and like, what was your perspective shift?
So it had so many like good chapters in it. It's not like the longest chapter book, but it's like reading 10 pages helped a lot just because it I didn't feel like so overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
and I would remember stuff throughout the day. But there was one specific chapter which was having like a good relationship with your money.
Oh,
And um that one was a pretty good sized chapter if I'm remembering right, but um it was just talking about how if you are having a good relationship with your money and putting your money in things that's going to be worthwhile for you will slowly start to come back. So
hmm.
she would tell little short stories of like how she was big into traveling and would put her money into these like really exotic trips. She didn't have the money to like pay for this, but she was like so determined to go and travel and go on this trip. She just put in so much money and to pay for this trip, and the experiences she got out and were just incredible, and the money always came back to her. Like you're always gonna money is just always gonna be there. It's
Mm.
just kind of how your relationship with it works. Like you're not always negative towards it, you're not always positive towards it, like you have to find that like sweet spot and like what's worth spending your money on. And that was like a big one because my biggest fear was like buying like tons of nail products and then not liking it, not
Mm.
like regretting buying all that and
Yeah.
not using it. So that also was like, well, if I'm going to do nails, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to buy everything I need. I'm not going to look at my savings like account. I'm just going to buy everything I need and at least make enough money to like pay for what
Getting
I,
out. Yeah.
you know.
To
So
what's it
that's
called?
kind
Like
of
zeroing out or equaling out, or there's a
mhm.
term I should know, but cool. So sorry, I
Yeah.
interrupted you. That's what you were.
Yeah, so that it and like now I it's only been half a year and I've already made that back and doubled it.
That's
So
awesome.
like yeah, that chapter having a good relationship with your money is so important. There's so many people that have a hard time with that, especially like in our age group.
Oh yeah.
Like on your own and like, oh well, I don't know what
Yeah.
what
It
to spend my
is.
time. There's so many fun things to do, but
Mhm.
no.
It is
So
so interesting too, and you can start to like the comparison game is super hard for me too, because then I see like people with different jobs or make more money or do this or that, and then it's like, what am I not doing? Or I don't know. You have to just like weigh in all the what's the word? Like circumstances, I guess, because like some people might have a crazy high paying job, but it's like super taxing and they have to work 80-hour weeks. So it's like everybody is doing something, and there's always pros and cons to it all. I try to remember that, but I'm so excited to look this book up and look at that chapter. It's fun to hear you talk about it, and how that one up from all the different chapters, like that one helped you with your business and just your perspective on life. And I don't know, what would you say that it helped you in your confidence levels? Like, what did the book teach you? Like, I mean, the title to me is like, this book will help you be confident.
yeah. Um, which it did exactly that. I think I how she was wording things and how she was phrasing was just like, when you walk into a room and you just have like you can tell when someone walks into the room and they're just like overly confident, if not just like they're not, arrogant or something, but like they just walk in and they're just totally I'm the coolest person in this room. I just walked in. I'm doing this and this and this for my life. Like, I'm gonna, like, all your goals, you know, like, you
Mm-hmm.
can just tell. And the way she was wording that was just stuck in my head. Like, I was like, well, who's to say that can't be me? Or, like, if I did that and had that mindset, would I be getting to that point that I wanted? Like instead of wishing, 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 I'm like actually making a plan and like having it in front of me, which was also part of it, like having a notebook and like
Yeah.
actually, or like a vision board or something to
Mm-hmm.
write everything down, how much it would cost, hypothetical, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like a vision board would just help so much with accomplishing goals. So
I love
I'm having
that.
the confidence to do that.
That's so cool. I like that you made that connection. Like, because you were talking about the money chapter, and I'm like, oh, whoa, that's a whole different spin than I thought you were going to share. But then, like, the piece of like the main theme of the book tying back into that makes so much sense. That is so cool. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you have the quote pulled up, we'll end with the quote, and it's from the book, right? If not,
Yes.
I can read it if you don't have
Yeah.
it pulled up.
Yes, please. I don't have it memorized.
No, you're good. So it says, if you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If you're not, you'll find an excuse. So, I mean, that's probably the truest of true.
It.
Yeah. Why do you love that?
I just think that it comes to show like that whole year before I I was making excuses. Like I was like, oh well, like I'm not married. I won't have in like a second income. Like I can't just quit and just go for the nail business if I don't have the money. I don't have
Mhm.
the time. Like I'm doing this and this and this as well. Like that would be. I don't want to be like overwhelmed.
Right.
Like I just kept making little excuses like that over and over for so long. And when I finally started making a plan and like doing those things and laying it out all in front of me, everything I needed, like it was so much easier to actually like accomplish it step by step. So I just love that quote so much. I think everybody should live by that.
No. And I think it makes it livable just by hearing your example, your experience, because now it's like, oh, this is a real person doing this real life thing with the real life struggles we all go through, like it is scary to take a chunk of money out of your savings to do something, right? And sometimes we don't know the outcome, but it's so cool to hear you talk about it and your confidence from the beginning, making your plan, creating this business. I think it's so cool. I want to like end with, and this podcast is sponsored by Nails by Liv. I think it's so cool. I hope people looking for a new nail tech can find you. I'll post your information
So sweet.
in our show notes. Do you just do it at your house in Vineyard?
Yep.
Okay,
So far,
cool.
I'm like, it's nothing fancy. Like
But
I
still,
have
that's
like it set
local.
up in my basement, like an unfinished basement for now, and just yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure you could get our whole ward to go to you because everyone loves not having to drive somewhere and you can just go get your nails done.
I need to start going to second hour.
Have an ambience. I'm sure you play like music. I don't know. It just is so cool. I think it's an impressive talent as well. Okay. Any last words? Your uplifting takeaway? Is there something that like super resonated with you, like on the podcast or like as you were preparing to chat?
No, like this is. I mean, it's good to like talk this through. It's just like a reminder to me, like that I did that. You can do
Yeah.
hard things. Like it's okay to worry about stuff like that in your life. It's okay to like not be exactly where you're wanting to be as long as you're like trying your best and like making a plan, some sort of
Mm-hmm.
plan. That's like really good to like talk that through again. It's just a good reminder
Yeah.
for me too. So
I love that. I love everything I get to learn from everyone who comes on my podcast. So I appreciate your time. I hope everyone
yeah,
enjoyed this as well.
anytime you want to talk, just call me.
No, I'll come get my nails done. We can make this a scheduled thing. I love it. It
I
really
would
does
love
connect. Yeah. Thank you so much. And we will talk to you all next week. I'm trying to remember my tagline. Spread the light, light the passion. There we go. See you guys.